Hello! So today I'm going to be talking about 10 things that really annoy me when riding a motorbike. Number 1, you're enjoying a nice ride out, you've got your visor up, there's fresh air blowing in your face, and suddenly you get a mouthful of windscreen wash. The car in front of you has decided to clean their windscreen at 50-60 miles an hour, and the jet shot straight over the car and in your face. Now, I find that quite annoying and discourteous, but at the same time you can't always blame the driver because they might not expect a biker to be behind. Number 2, so you've managed to avoid the windscreen wash, but you've still got your visor open. So what happens next? You get a fly in your eye. Now that's probably the single most annoying thing on this list because it happens on almost every trip. Something comes by and whacks you in the face, whether it's bird poo, a fly, a wasp, or even just a bit of debris flying through the air. It can be incredibly uncomfortable and cause you to lose your concentration for a few seconds, so it can be quite dangerous, but yeah, that's number 2 on my list. Number 3, you're approaching a very sharp corner, you've taken it many times, and you've just started to get your knee to the ground. And upon leaning the bike over, you've just noticed halfway into this corner, there's a patch of gravel. Now there's nothing worse than beginning a lean or going round a roundabout and seeing gravel halfway across, and it can be very unnerving when approaching something like this when leaning into a corner. Also, you've got drain covers, oil and sand and stones, but yeah, it's just one of those things that's a bit unnerving when riding a motorbike. Number 4, animals. Now when I talk about animals, it could be any type of animal in any type of condition. So it could be a dead badger in the middle of the road, it could be a pigeon flying towards me. Just any animal that could potentially get in my path, I find as a problem. And after receiving a lot of comments about people getting hit by pigeons, I can imagine that any animal that we come into contact with is going to hurt. So it's just another thing I have to watch out for when riding a motorbike. Number 5. Soft luggage. Now, I don't have a problem riding with soft luggage. In fact, it's very convenient and it holds all my belongings. But the problem comes when I park up and I want to get something to eat, use the toilet, or just have a look round somewhere. With a motorbike, all of your gear is mostly left on the bike and you have to leave it unattended. And when you've got soft luggage, there's no way of securing it. Obviously, leaving all your soft luggage on the bike makes it susceptible to thieves. So anyone could come along, open the zips and take out what you've got inside. So you either have to carry it with you or take a chance. And most of the time, I have to take a chance. So it's just another one of those annoying things. Number 6, being short. So many years ago, I used to ride cruisers and I could sit on a nice comfortable seat, both feet would sit flat on the ground and you'd have full control of your machine. But when I upgraded to sports bikes, more namely the Kawasaki ZX6R, I now have to stand on tiptoes. And if I put my foot in a pothole while waiting at traffic or just generally get an awkward bit of road or on a steep hill, it's very awkward for me to hold the bike in balance. So yeah, being short is actually quite annoying when having this particular model of bike. Number 7, tailgating and mobile phones. So as a motorcyclist, you don't have the added protection of a steel frame, so if you get hit, you are literally just being hit by usually a metal box. And if somebody's using their phone or tailgating and they're too close to stop or they're not paying attention to what's around them, it can increase the chance of you getting hit off your motorbike. And not only is it very uncomfortable to be hit, but it can also be life-threatening and very expensive to repair your bike. And from my own experience and speaking to other motorcyclists, it would appear the insurance companies are usually against the biker. So it's just another thing that annoys me while I'm on the road if I see somebody on their mobile phone. Number 8, cigarette butts. So you're riding along quite comfortably and all of a sudden you see some sparks fly out of somebody's window and it bounces on the road. Now obviously with gravity and the effects of wind pressure and speed, 99% of the time that cigarette is not going to come anywhere close to your clothing. But it just annoys me the fact that somebody knows that you're behind them on a motorbike and you're deciding to flick a cigarette butt out the window, which could potentially land on them. It's just another one of those things that I find annoying. Number 9, people who brake check you. Now brake checking can be incredibly dangerous regardless of what vehicle you're in. It can cause you to swerve, move out the way, slam on your brakes and could potentially cause a pile-up. But when you're on a motorbike and somebody decides to brake check you, it's just a very stupid thing to do. We haven't got the added bonus of protection, we haven't got a seatbelt, and we've got very limited padding, so anyone who does do that is just an absolute cockwomble. And finally, number 10, fog. Now, fog doesn't sound too bad. It may impair your vision slightly, but it doesn't seem annoying at all. But for me, I found when you're riding in very thick fog, you get a constant layer of steam and water build up on your visor. And as soon as you wipe it away, it's straight back. So it's just one of those annoying things. It hinders your progress. It stops you from having clear vision, and you have to constantly keep wiping your visor. So that's the 10 things I find the most annoying as a motorcyclist. If you've got any more to add to this list, please drop me a comment because I'd love to read them. And once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.